In this session, we want to discuss managing inactive and disabled accounts. When an administrator disables a user account, that user is not able to log on to the domain until that administrator gives them the appropriate permissions to log on to the domain. That means that the administrator has to enable the user's account. An administrator might want to disable a user account if he or she prepared that user account, but the user is not ready to use the account. So that's one reason why the administrator might disable the account. There are other reasons why an administrator might disable an account. To disable a user account or computer account, you can use the PowerShell syntax disable AD account space identity, and then you put in the account name. You can also disable the user account manually. What about inactive accounts? An inactive account could be an account that a person has not used for quite some time. You can use the PowerShell command to find users that have inactive accounts older than 90 days. And the PowerShell command syntax is search Active Directory account, account inactive, time span, and that would be 90 days, users only. Then what you might want to do is to move those user accounts that are older than 90 days to an inactive OU. In this command here, we have search Active Directory account, account inactive, time span, the 90 days, users only, and then you have the move object commandlet, move Active Directory object, and you're actually moving it to OU called disable within the Contoso domain. You're outputting that to the user's text file, and you're inputting an object name stored under the variable name, and you are appending that. You can also search for inactive accounts using the DS query, and you can also move them using DS query. What we want to do now is to look and see how we would disable a user account, and you can do that either in Active Directory users and computers, or you can do that in Active Directory Administrative Center. So we're actually going to go to Active Directory Administrative Center. We're going to create an account, and we are going to disable that account. I want you to watch me closely because you're going to have to do that for your lab assignment for this lesson. We are going to be using our on-screen keyboard for this exercise, and you can access your on-screen keyboard by clicking on the start icon on the taskbar and simply type in keyboard. Then you can right click on the on-screen keyboard and pin it to the taskbar. So let's begin. We're going to open Active Directory Administrative Center. You want to click on Tools, Active Directory Administrative Center. Over to the left-hand side, we have two views. We have a list view and we have a tree view. We're going to click on tree view. And we want to expand the Contoso domain. So we're going to click and expand that domain. We're going to users, right click on users, and we're going to click on new user. So we click here on user, and we want to begin typing that user's name. So we want to click in the first name box. So we want to click on shift, and the name that we want to add is Pat. We're actually going to add a name, and then we're going to disable that user account name. You can actually follow the letters that light up. So the first name is Pat. The middle name would be O. So we shift and O. Then the last name, click in the last name box, and we're going to type Belgrave. And we want capital letters, so we're going to type shift Belgrave. And you can just follow the letters that light up. But in your lab notes, you'll be given the information that you have to put in. The user UPN logon, and click in that box, and we want to type P Belgrave. So that's shift and P for the capital P, then Belgrave. And then we want to type the password. So we go shift and P for capital P, ASSWORD 05. Click in the confirm password box. We're going to type the same thing. It's a shift and P for the capital P, ASSWORD 05. And on the screen, you can see that we have the logon hours and the logon to. The same information that you have in Active Directory, you have in Active Directory Administrative Center, but it looks different. It is displayed differently. On the right-hand side, we want to leave account expires as never. And then we have the first option here, that's the default user must change password at next logon. We don't want that one. We want other password options, so we're going to click here by other password options. We're going to select smart card is required, password never expires, user cannot change password. We're not going to fill in anything else for that user. We just want to create the user. So we're going to come and down here at the bottom, and we're going to click on OK. Then we want to go to the users container, open that users container, and we want to look for Pat. We'll move over to the right, and you can see the down arrow highlighted here. I'm going to click that down arrow twice. 1, 2. Then I'm going to look over here in the middle pane, and there I can see Pat Belgrave. I'm going to right click and say disabled. And you can see here that the icon to the left of Pat's name has a little arrow that shows that that account is disabled. Again, remember that we can also disable a user account or computer account by using Windows PowerShell. The commandlet syntax again is disable Active Directory account, identity, and the account name. That is the end of this session. Thank you for listening.